friends, welcome back to my channel Think Different. This is Chatriyavarman. After a long time I am uploading video. Hereafter you'll receive video every week twice. Okay, now today we are going to see about coal and petroleum, about the fuels and the products coming from coal and petroleum. Okay, without delaying, let's go into the video. Before going into the video, subscribe my channel to get our notifications immediately. Okay, now let's go into the video. First, before going into the video, we have to know what is the basic. What first we'll see what is natural resources. Natural resources are nothing but the resource that are obtained from nature are called natural resources. Okay, natural resources is nothing but the things or the products which we get naturally from nature is called the natural resources. For example, air, water, soil, trees, plants, these everything are natural resources. Coal and petroleum are also a natural product that we'll see briefly down. Okay, first now we know what is natural resources. Now let us know what is inexhaustible. Natural resources are divided into two types, which is inexhaustible and natural air. Inexhaustible, first one is inexhaustible, second one is exhaustible. First, we should know the meaning of inexhaustible and exhaustible. Inexhaustible is nothing but if it is present in nature. In the nature, it is present unlimited. We can use continuously. Exhausted, which means which is present only limited, only particular time we can use it and it will vanish. That is called inexhaustible and exhaustible. Now we'll see the definition of those. Inexhaustible natural resources, the resources that are present in unlimited quantity in nature and cannot be exhausted by human activities. Okay, inexhaustible natural resources are some resources that cannot be exhausted, which is present in nature as unlimited and will not be exhausted through human activities. For example, what we get without vanishing, like air, sunlight, water, these are the things we will not, it will not vanish, so it is called as inexhaustible natural resources. Next we'll have exhaustible natural resources, the resources that are present in limited quantity in nature and can be exhausted by human activities. Okay, exhaustible natural resources mean will be present in only limited, only little it will be present. If we use continuously, it will be vanished. Such natural resources are called exhaustible natural resources. For example, coal is an exhaustible natural resource, petroleum is exhaustible natural resource, minerals is example of exhaustible natural resource, forest is example for exhaustible natural resource. Now I think you're thorough with natural resource, inexhaustible natural resource, exhaustible natural resource. Once we'll recall, natural resources mean which we get from nature. Inexhaustible natural resources mean that is present in nature in unlimited. Exhaustible natural resource mean which will be limited in nature. This is the basic of knowing coal and petroleum and their products. First we'll see what is coal, how do the coal form, what are the products of coal. Okay, coal, if we say in simple words, coal is nothing but a black color substance, hard, tough, and porous. Okay, coal is a fossil fuel and is hard as a stone, like substance that is black in color due to the high temperature it was buried under. Coal is used as a heat source to cook food, to create steam, to run trains and other engines, and in thermal power plants to generate electricity, among other things. Okay, as I told, coal is nothing but it is a fuel, fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is nothing but which is in the solid form and buried under the earth. Okay, coal is also a type of fossil fuel. Coal is hard as stone, it is black in color, it is porous, it is weight, okay. And due to high temperature and without air, which means under the earth, due to high temperature and absence of air, coal is formed. This coal formation process is known as carbonization. I have included it down, so I'll write here. The formation of coal process is known as carbonization. Coal is mainly made up of only one gas, which is non-metal, called carbon. Coal is made up of carbon, and the formation of coal is known as carbonization. Okay, now we know what is coal. We'll see now what are the how the coal is formed. Okay, okay. The formation of coal takes millions of years, which is why it is an exhaustible and or non-renewable natural resources. Mean coal takes millions of years to form under the earth, so it will be vanished easily and quickly. So we call it as exhaustible and non-renewable resources. Okay, it was formed around 300 million years when the earth was covered with a swampy forest. Okay, coal takes 300 million years to form, and the earth has what? Earth was earlier 300 million years before. The earth was had a swampy forest. Swampy forest mean densely populated forest, not populated, dense forest. Okay, when plants in these forests, mainly trees, mosses, ferns, and reeds, died, they fell into the swamps. Of swamps. Okay. What are the forests contain? Forests contain mainly trees, plants, ferns, scrubs, bushes, creepers, climbers. These are the plants. When due to natural calamities like landslide, volcano, flood, tsunami, due to these natural calamities, these all trees, plants get buried into the earth. Okay, this is the point they are telling. Thus, they was a thick layer of dead vegetation in the swamp formed. Okay, then after they buried due to natural calamities, they form a thin layer of dead vegetation. Dead vegetation also include plants, trees, and animals. So they are telling us dead vegetation. This also include dead vegetation and form a thin layer. Okay. As years passed, more and more plants died, and many such layers were formed. Okay, after the year passing slow and slow, the many plants and animals also die, and they form such layers. They form a dead vegetation layer under the earth. Next point. The toppermost layers compressed the layers below. Heat and pressure caused some physical and chemical changes, and eventually some carbon rich deposits were formed. Okay, after forming a thin layer of dead vegetation, then they were being compressed with the top layer of land. They will be compressed, and there will be no air, which means the slow process of conversion of coal without the absence of air, and under due to high pressure and temperature, the dead vegetation slowly converted into coal. This process is known as carbonization. This process is mainly known as carbonization. Okay, the slow conversion of dead vegetation to coal is known as carbonizations. Okay, okay. Now we know what is coal. How does the coal is formed? Now we'll see there are three forms of coal. Types of coal. There are three forms of coal. First one is coke, coal tar, coal gas. These are the three forms. Okay, we'll see one by one. First one is coke. Coke, if we say in simple words, coke is nothing but the pure form of coal. First, if they cut the coal mines, that pure form is known as coke. It is black, thick. The okay, we'll see. It is a solid black color substance produced from coal and used as a fuel. The characteristics of coke It is the purest form of carbon. It is black, porous, and tough as a substance. Okay, coke is nothing but it is a black color substance and it is used as a fuel. Fuel mean used to burn and used for various activities. Okay, and characteristics of coke include it is black, tough, and purest form of carbon and porous. Okay, this is coke. Next, we'll see what is coal tar. Coal tar is nothing but a liquid present after the form of coke. Coal tar is a mixture of different carbon compounds. It it is thick black liquid with unpleasant smell. The fractional distillation of coal tar gives many chemical substances which are used in the preparation of dyes, explosives, paints, synthetic fibers, drugs, and pesticides. Okay, coal tar is a liquid which has a black, thick, and unpleasant smell. These are the characteristics of a coal tar. Then there are many uses of coal tar. We can make dyes, explosives, then paints, synthetic fibers, drugs, and pesticides. These are the products formed from coal tar. Next we'll have about coal gas. Coal gas is mainly a mixture of hydrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide. The gas is present in coal gas or combustible and hence it is an excellent fuel. It has high calorific value. It was used for lighting houses, factories, and streets in Mumbai until 1950. Coal gas is the third form of coal. Okay, coal gas contains mixture of hydrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide. It has high calorific value and it is used as a fuel for lighting houses, factories, and streets. Okay, these are the three types of coal or forms of coal. Now we know what is coal. Now let's move to the images of coal. This is coal. It is black in color, tough, porous. Okay. Next we'll see the formation. See, this is the forest. Due to natural calamities like landslide, then uh, volcano, tsunami, floods. Due to these natural calamities, these forests bury into the ground. After burying, without air, absence of air, and due to high pressure and heat, the dead vegetation slowly converted as coal. Okay, this is a formation of coal. Next, we'll have the three forms of coal with their uses. Three forms of coal: solid, liquid, gas. Three states also it's available. Solid is coke, liquid is coal tar, gas is coal gas. And coke is used to make iron and other metals. Coal tar is used to make dyes, drugs, and perfumes. Coal gas is used as fuel in industries. Okay, now we'll go to the next topic, petroleum. Petroleum is a liquid which occurs naturally in rock formations. This consists of a complex mixture or different molecular weights of hydrocarbons plus other organic compounds. Some petroleum produced chemical compounds are also obtained from other fossil fuels. Petroleum, you know already. Petroleum mean Petra, which means rock. Petra, which means rock. Oleum, which means oil. Rock oil. The meaning of petroleum is rock oil. Petra mean rock. Oleum mean oil. In this itself, you will understand what is petroleum. The oil which is mined or took from rocks is called petroleum. Okay, petroleum is a black thick liquid. The another name for petroleum is black gold. The another name for coal is buried sunshine. Okay, petroleum is the thick black liquid. Petra mean rock, oleum mean oil. Now we know what is petroleum. Now we'll see the formation of petroleum. Like coal is formed due to the dead vegetation of forest, but petroleum is formed due to the dead vegetation of organisms living under the sea. Petroleum is actually formed under the sea. Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. As the organisms died, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and got covered with layers of sand and clay over millions of years. Absence of air, high temperature, and high pressure transformed the dead organisms into petroleum and natural gas. The same process like coal, but the petroleum is formed under the sea. When the sea organisms die and settle at the bottom, they cover with a layer of sand and clay. Due to high temperature, high pressure, without the absence of air, the dead vegetation slowly got converted into petroleum. This is called a petroleum. This is how the petroleum is formed. Now we know what is petroleum, how is petroleum formed. Now we'll see what are the products or the constituents of a petroleum. Petroleum gas, LPG. LPG is used for fuel for home, which means cooking and industry. Petrol. Petrol is used for motor fuel. Aviation fuel. Aviation fuel mean for aeroplanes, helicopters. Then solvent for dry cleaning. Then kerosene. Kerosene is used for fuel for stoves, lamps, and jet aircrafts. Diesel, fuel for heavy motor vehicles, electric generators, etc. Lubricating oils. Lubricating oil, which means which reduces friction. About lubricating oil and friction, next video you will get it. Lubricating oil mean to reduce friction. Next, paraffin wax. Wax, you know, it is used for making candles, ointments, and vaselines. Bitumen is very important constituent of petroleum. Bitumen is used for road surfacing and paints. Okay, these are the constituents, various constituents of petroleum. This is the image of petroleum. Petroleum looks black, thick liquid. Okay, then this is petroleum refinery, image of petroleum refinery. Petroleum refinery, which means separating the constituents of a petroleum, which means we saw many constituents of petroleum like kerosene, diesel, petrol, paraffin wax, lubricating oils like this, etc. So they will separate in the petroleum refinery. This is called petroleum refinery, and this is the image of petroleum refinery. Okay, that's all. We saw all everything about the fuel, coal, and petroleum, natural resources, inexhaustible natural resources, and natural exhaustible natural resources. Next video we'll see about friction, lubricating oils. Okay, friction, lubricants, etc. So this video is coming to end. So we'll meet in next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.